Hey there folks, welcome back to the Dammâseq Campaign. Last time we conquered a little bit of Jaffa, but enough to be able to form the nation of Canaan, with our levy here covering up the A. No worries though, because we all know exactly who we are. We are now a beautiful blood red color with a awesome new flag, and we've been busy roading up all of our holdings and getting some more road construction projects done. At the minute, my levy is on their way back up to, I believe, what was I doing? Get to work on a road between Hazor and Sama. Still deciding whether that's necessary. It's only really from Hazor or Sama that I think this route is sort of decided upon. And I don't know how often this exact route would be taken, but I guess I could go between them. Think about this. So the fastest route goes, it looks like, through the road at Naphtali. From here, this one also goes through there, so we could road. Naphtali will probably also be a city eventually, for what that's worth. So hills, 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 plains. Okay. I think this would be okay. I guess that'd be fine. Yeah. I mean, the circumstances where this exact movement would happen, I just want to avoid situations where my armies are leaving the road, just so that the force march isn't, has the full effect. So let's road from Sama to Hazor. Actually, let me fast force march over to Sama and then road to Hazor from there. Right, and then in the meanwhile, we are creepily watching a bunch of teenagers and preteens to see when they come of age, what their stats are. Things don't look super promising, to be honest, with any of them. None of them have higher charisma, which is the main thing I'm looking for. This one has really good zeal, but otherwise not great. I think I saw there was at least, I think, one spouse. Maybe it was for my daughter, like a male partner, who was better than that. So we'll see what happens. We may end up having to bite the bullet and do some infanticide shenanigans. Assuming we're allowed to as the direct parent. I guess I'm not sure that that's allowed. Have to be my rival. I don't remember if there's a rule that prevents infanticide in this game, the way that there is often in Crusader Kings. I'll come back to that later. I'm not going to set this up right now. I mean, I don't really want Ahiram to have a wife who's, like, literally a teenager, but stat-wise, something like that might have to happen. He's, his age doesn't matter at all for having kids. His fertility shouldn't really decline at all. But I maybe should get my daughter married at least, just to be safe. 23. Yeah, I mean, let me go ahead and just arrange a marriage for her, just in case things don't work out for my son. Let's see here. So, she has 0 charisma, so high charisma is an absolute critical necessity. Okay. I think Gizgo is still the right person, in all honesty. He is ailing, which isn't great. Why is that? He has an infection. That might go away. He was only 24, so I don't think this is a huge problem. Or I don't think it's going to kill him right away. Let's arrange a marriage between my daughter and Gizgo. Yeah, he's the high priest. We'll also boost up her zeal. Her martial at 4 is, like, just barely okay enough. Again, we're not really relying on the martial of our kings and queens as much anymore. Now we have more governors we can use, and we can use mercenaries. So, yeah, let's get this going. A suitable match. While Mutan Bal has enjoyed life immensely as a woman of leisure, she summoned an envoy this very morning to deliver a proposal of marriage to the attractive young man at Gizgo, hoping to produce heirs to further legitimize the Abarid dynasty. Despite the appearance of Bat Noam, head of the Milkermaid family, it seems that all concerns were salved by the gargantuan array of floral decorations that Mutan Bal had offered up in support of her proposal. Okay, interesting. Sounds good. Also, this gets me some Milkermaid loyalty, which never hurts. And then, check one more time. Yeah, I don't think we're... Hold on, wait a minute. Did I just not see this character before? Because 9 charisma is definitely a lot. I know that I was tired last episode, I was like yawning in the episode, but did I just literally not notice this character? Sure, the martial and the finesse is low, but the 9 charisma is 9 charisma. She's 32, which is a little on the older side for peak fertility, but I'm not concerned at all. I'm sure she'll have at least a kid. I think she'd actually be perfectly fine. She is ailing. I don't know what that's about. But she would actually be okay. And she does technically have higher zeal than my son. So that would be an improvement. Alright, let's stop watching these kids. I'm going to be glad to go ahead and disable this stuff here. And just marry him to somebody his own age, who's basically fine for what we're looking for. Alright, Isabel, Milker Mid. This is another Milker Mid, so some serious Milker Mid arrangements going on here. And we don't have to marry our own. Actually, hold on, where did our sister go? Oh, you know what? The reason I didn't see her earlier, I didn't think about her, is because I think she was, like, a little old. Oh, also, the younger characters aren't here anymore. I think somebody, like, married them when I wasn't looking at the screen here. Oh, no, hold on. I'm wrong about that. Somebody married the other young one, and then Mootenball, my sister, is now married because I just married her, so that makes sense. Yeah, 32 is fine. Let's go ahead and marry her. A suitable match. After careful deliberation, assessment of potential spouses, and a great deal of research into various bloodlines and heritages, Ahiram summoned his aides and issued an offer of marriage to Isabel of the Milkermid dynasty, despite the appearance of Matt Noam. Another Milkermid moment right here. This guy's in debt, by the way. Okay, so we have some serious Aberid Milkermid intermarrying going on, so that family had better be real supporters of the throne for the immediate future. All doubles of them. I still can't get over this clone thing. If anything, it makes the game a little easier, because it means I don't need to have as many characters be in offices. And prestige-wise, because everyone's affected at the same time, I guess it sort of technically doesn't have any effect. I guess power base-wise, it could cause weird problems where it just amplifies the effect of power base. I don't really know how to fix this, so at the minute it doesn't seem to be a game-breaking problem. It's just like a weird thing that I don't really have a good explanation of, but whatever the case. So we've addressed that. Alright, in we come. Let's go ahead and road our way up. Alright. Build a road to Hazor. And then we can actually create a pretty interesting little loop here over the river for more mobility around here. This kind of hilly area is a little hard to maneuver around, so that will be good. The Ugarit integration will be done 1st of July, 8... Oh, let's not cancel that, please. 1st of July, 894 now, so a little delayed, but that's no big deal. Okay. Alright. Once we finish this road here, we'll come back down and do the looping. Almost back up to our manpower max. We are getting real high up there. If I could have a way to increase my manpower max without even really increasing manpower itself, I'd go for that, because I like to continue to gain that resource, but no such thing exists to my knowledge. So, that's fine. Maybe build something over here. Fortress and door is done. Alright, good. And then, Samaria, I forgot to actually get a fortress going, so we should get a fortress going there as well. It's an important border location to fortify. And then another thing I wanted to mention is, also Palace and Hildua is done. Let's get these trade goods set up here. Alright, what can we still even get now? We're trading for so much. Let's get more earthenware. We're literally like the biggest importer of earthenware on the planet right now. So these guys should be happy. One thing I thought about as well is, beyond just not being as scared about Kemet, now that I've kind of thought about, yeah, they have some serious stability problems, it seems. I also realized one way I could go about asserting dominance over Kemet for the rest of the campaign is not necessarily conquering Egypt, because I kind of like the idea of my direct land not really exceeding into Egypt. I want to control the Canaanite areas, obviously, and maybe, you know, expand more northward, but Egypt is such a weird location to reach, and I don't know. I'm sort of on the fence right now about whether I want to directly own the Egyptian land. It's going to be really, really hard to get under control. It's wrong religion, wrong culture group, and there's probably a ton of other modifiers making the Egyptians specifically not really like being under foreign rule. But one thing I did think about is, in this mod, all of the Nile sections are major rivers. And the AI in this game famously isn't very good about protecting its major rivers, and Kemet specifically doesn't have any ships. Now, I also don't have any ships, but I could build ships quite easily, and I have a lot of bonuses for ships from being Phoenician, or being sort of a proto-Phoenician. But what I thought about is, one thing I could do, in terms of like how I would fight Kemet, is I could actually sail around on the Nile, relatively, actually, basically completely uncontested, and land and sack all of these extremely giant Egyptian cities that are all mostly on the Nile itself. I mean, they're all fortified, so it would take a bit of planning, but I could make a ton of money sacking and enslaving the Egyptians all just from the Nile. I don't need to do like a land invasion. In fact, I could make use of this sort of empty land between us and come up with some way to hold the Egyptian army back and basically not really be contested in Kemet itself. Now, another part of this plan would be, in terms of what I'd want from such a war with Kemet, wouldn't be to conquer Kemet land. I do think that I will eventually want to control Sinai myself. I think it's just handy to control this kind of valuable middle area of a location here. Maybe, I'm thinking about that still, but whether or not I want to control the Red Sea or not, I can at least release nations from Kemet, including potentially people in the Red Sea area. Maybe I'll do it like that. But I can also sort of break Kemet up in multiple successive wars, because, you know, it's a lot of war score. But what I can do is I could, in the future, and I'm not ready quite yet, but in the future, I could go to war with Kemet and basically, like, rampage around on the Nile, coming off Sea People style, sacking all of their towns and whatnot, using the money to maybe fund a whole bunch of mercenary companies to help me, and just kind of devastating their core. And then, in the peace deal, you know, instead of taking land for myself, I spend all my war score on breaking Kemet apart, releasing people, especially, and this is something I'm not sure about, but especially if the people I release back as nomarchies, because nomarchies, which is the sort of Egyptian minor power, you know, what do you call it, heritage, have a huge penalty for aggressive expansion, because the nomarchies aren't really supposed to be very active. They're just sort of targets for the 10th and 11th dynasty in this mod, and Kemet, of course, is the 11th dynasty faction that's become Kemet. And what I could do is basically shred Kemet apart and force them to, for example, release... actually, Hena Nishut is 10th dynasty, so I don't want anyone with the tag that isn't a nomarchy, but sort of re-force Kemet to splinter into nomarchies and just kind of cause chaos. I think that's a better way to approach Kemet than trying to come up with some sort of land invasion or trying to conquer Egypt directly. This will be so hard to rule, and I'm not going to get a lot of value out of this place. The main purpose of conquering Egypt in real history was really for the food, right? And I don't need more food right now. I'm doing fine at the minute. Maybe there'll be more droughts later, or maybe I'll have extremely huge populations someday that need that food. But I can always just, like, subjugate Egypt and take their food through trade deals. You know, if an Egyptian nation is my client state, they can only sell all their grain to me directly. So you know what I mean? So all that being said, I do think conflict with Kemet is on my horizon, but not right away. I want to finish, obviously, integrating Ugarit. I mean, that's going to happen either way. And then the main kind of next target is still Jaffa. I'm just going to continually attack Jaffa and get more territory bit by bit as my AE declines, and just get more of Canaan. And then eventually, once I've taken over my territorial extents over in this direction, then we'll maybe try out this Egyptian invasion idea. But honestly, with Kemet's laughable navy, also we can see their military tech, I'm actually ahead of them on military tech as well, which, you know, Kemet has a giant population of presumably a lot of nobles and citizens, so I do think we can pull this off, especially using ships. I think the Kemet AI is going to really struggle to respond to like a sea-oriented invasion, and that would be very Canaanite of me also. So I think that's the idea, is we basically do multiple large wars against Kemet, not to conquer, but to basically splinter Kemet apart, force them to release people, and maybe before we do that, we even get that one technology. It's in here somewhere. I think I'm remembering that right. Hold on. No, what's it called? Hold on. I don't know how to search for it. I guess it's this one here. This is from our own land. Yeah, okay, never mind. I also don't think releasing subjects from own land is possible in this mod. Okay, I was wondering if it related to releasing in a peace deal. Either way, we can, like, really damage Kemet a lot like that. Alright, with that plan being noted, we're not there yet, obviously we have more to do. So now this route is good. Great. And then go like that, still goes around. Even from here, it still goes around, so there's no reason to build that road there. Yeah, from here. Yeah. So although this little loop here seems like a smart idea, there's no city-to-city route that needs that loop to be there, if that makes sense. I hope you kind of understand what I'm saying. But I really don't want to build roads where I don't need them at the minute for pure movement purposes. It would aesthetically look kind of cool, but it is what it is. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get to work on roading up the hilly valley up here from Dawn. I think we... Let's see, first of all go to Dawn. Actually, first of all, let's force march to Dawn. Gotta get in the habit of clicking that button. Is there, like, a toggle for force march? If so, I should just get in the habit of key binding that. Or clicking that keybind, I should say. Okay, so from Dawn, to get to Machna, it sort of goes through here, so that doesn't really help it. We want to go to, because Terrible's not going to be a city, probably, it's just going to be that fort, but I do want to go to Terrible. From this way, it goes along the north side, which is interesting. Yeah, this farm here is fake. So going along the north side would probably be okay. I feel like it'd look better going through the middle. It seems to be pretty similar time-wise. What's the reason it's slower? I think it's just fewer tiles in total, because it's one tile in, and then one or two or three or four. I'm going to go through the middle just for aesthetic purposes. This road here is never going to be super fast, because this is like kind of a desolate little area, so I guess we have to wait a little bit for more money. That's fine. Alright, now we have enough. Yeah. There we go. Alright, these guys actually... Yeah, they should have enough money to make it in this month. Cool. Alright. We have another one of these. I think we have both of these in effect already, so I'm not going to really mess around with it. We'll just keep it the same. Small onion harvest. Disaster has struck, my king. The onion harvest has turned out significantly smaller than expected. And the peasants have started to grumble and protest. Should we not find a solution, we might have no support from the people and an increase in rebelliousness. Ooh, wow, okay. It's the whole nation of Canaan. That's quite a punishing modifier for not having enough onions. And this only gives us a... Oh, I see what's going on. So, we have this modifier right now, and this removes the modifier for a 600 gold fee. Which we could do if we cancel a couple buildings. That's not my building. We could cancel the fort to get most of the way back there, or some of the way back there. But we will have to go a couple months in bankruptcy, which I don't love. It might be worth it though, because the happiness for 5 years is more punishing. Oh man, okay. You stop roading. And then this fort has to get cancelled. Alright, only a few months of bankruptcy, and then we'll hopefully be okay. Yeah, minus 20.20 stab change. Brutal stuff, but we just gotta wait this one out. Of course we're getting events immediately. Oh! That's not really the event that I would have wanted to see, but I guess this is okay. Our dire fiscal management means we can no longer support national efforts in scientific progress. The money we save may be a blessed relief, but there's no telling how this might affect us in the long run. I guess only a little under 2 years of research point diminishment isn't the end of the universe, but yeah, that's annoying. Those are events that I don't like to see, so I guess we'll restart the fort building, and we're basically back to square one. So that event basically just had no effect, or sort of resulted in no ultimate effect. Okay, that's fine. We just delayed the road a little bit. Onion harvest has been restored, I guess. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Anti-revolution, more stability. Good. Also, does my son have any kids? No. His wife is ailing. What about you? No. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. But all of my plans with Kemet I can't go to quite yet. It's going to be a big, complicated plan to get that set up. But ultimately, Kemet so far hasn't been wading into Moab and Dom. Obviously, the other thing about this new approach, where I do plan to fight Kemet, even in that limited way, is it gives me a way to restore Moab and Adom to my control if Kemet does conquer some of it. So we'll see if Kemet and Jaffa go to war. Hopefully not. Jaffa is still fighting Batir. Excellent conditions in Huzaza, whether by happy coincidence, the blessing of someone, or just diligent management for the past year. Production in the city of Huzaza has far surpassed the predictions of local bureaucrats and administrators. While we could simply exploit these boons for short-term gain, some have suggested that this is an opportunity to study the organization of slaves in Huzaza, who by all accounts are an unusually satisfied and productive bunch, and attempt to apply the lessons across the province of Danabu. Alternatively, we could just allow whatever fortune Huzaza enjoys to run its natural course. Ooh, okay, this is the governor of Phoenicia. I don't really want to lower his loyalty, even for that much money. That's only a couple months of money, honestly. Let me think about this. Couldn't hurt in that location for 10 years of that modifier. Or loyalty with that guy. And then Huzaza gets the votes. I get some money for this, too. This guy's loyalty is pretty okay. Let me actually look at my governors really quick. How does he stack up? Right, 46, 73. You're also my son. 53, that's you, and 68. I think I'll go ahead and grab the loyalty and some money. Actually, no. This is a pretty good bonus for Danabu. And then also Danabu. Where is it? It's up here. Well, it's pretty close, honestly, to fully being loyal. So let's just go ahead and grab the money. They have it under control. Loyalty with this guy as well. Okay, that's fine. And then I think as well, just preemptively, I think I'm gonna bribe Ifurkura. Actually, no, I'm gonna make friends with him. That's what I should do. Spend some of my enormous amount of fortune. I got all this money from sacking, so I should spend it on something like this. It would be a good use of it. Hold on. Okay. Here we go. Unpause the game as well. Everyone likes gold, alright. I've seen this event before. I'll just pay him the big bucks. So I wonder if Yabrudu maybe could switch off of this. What would I want here, though, is the question. Technically, harsh treatment might be better for the... Well, no, the output's the same. I guess we'll leave it as it is. Let's not worry about it. Okay, now from here, it's the north route. Interesting. I think what I will do, though, let me think about this. If I was over here... Let me actually road through Chomsine. Actually, let me first road over the Kumadu Hill into Rauda. There we go. Let's get this road connected, so at least we have the big loop around Mount Hermon set up here, finally. And then we'll connect up Terrible. This is a more important road, honestly, than the road up to Terrible. Alright, good stuff. I'm actually going to not do this, because I don't want to gain 5 Tyranny just to increase my chance at friendship with that guy. Not worth it. good. Now from here, we'll go through here, that's fine. And then from Terrible, we'll figure out which way is faster to reconnect back up. Probably to Nalo, because we don't want to road into the mountain valley. I guess we could make a loop right here, just to be thorough. Okay. Now we are way ahead of Kemet now. Very good. Plus this would damage Kemet's score, which is nice. Also another giant Cypriot revolt. Love that for them. Alright, Thebe is doing quite well. The Mari Assyria hit Triarchy are still looking pretty good here. Making an impression. Alright. One of these is not like the other. Which one is the right option here? A 17 gold sculpture we'll have to do. Oh man, that really should be a scaled modifier, but nope, it's not. I'm not going to complain though. Spurned? No! That's really annoying. At least it doesn't make him lose loyalty, so that's at least good. Can I just do it again immediately? Oh, I thought there was a cooldown on that. I guess I'll try again immediately. Huh. Oh, alright. We'll just give it another go. More money for that guy. Alright, 1st of January, 895. Let's call that the Omen of Shapash once again. Alright. And then we want to do our War Council now. So let's go ahead and get that going. Alright, so I'm not even going to read the lore here because we know what we want to do. We want to get a claim on Jaffa. This makes us gain loyalty with the lowest loyalty guy at the minute, so that's handy. It's on Dibon, so that's fine. Dibon is this one here. Okay, that's fine. That's not the right spot. Like, I don't want to actually take Dibon, but I can still use it as a way into Canaan. Okay, so we could go to Worth Jaffa again, but I'm going to keep waiting. I may as well let the Ugarit stuff finish and get this all connected up before we turn our attention southward again. Although I'm at my manpower max. Maybe I can get away with using my other levies and just not, and letting the Jordan Rift Valley team continue working up here. Let me think about this. Yeah, I think this is probably okay. I think we can surely win without them here, so that's not a big deal. Also, Ipfer Kura doesn't have a lot of martial anyways, so we'll let him keep road building. I guess we could go to war with Jaffa once again. I mean, assuming our truce with them is done, which is not. It's done at the end of the year, basically. So yeah, let's get ready for war with Jaffa. So in about 6 months or so, I'll raise the Kadesh levy and have them come down, and then everyone else I'll raise a bit closer to the end of the month. So that's fine. Everyone likes gold. More gold for this guy. Yep. Sounds fine. Alright, any more of these we need to shift over? Not at the minute, no. I think we're looking fine. The Gladiator. Alright, we've seen this event before. I think it's probably worth 10 PI. And some popularity. That's fine. I'm not doing this. Let's hope it doesn't curse us once again with that same outcome. Oratory advance. Good. Okay, we are working our way down this direction. Now we can reach hierarchy of responsibilities, which I think we want to go for. We must ensure there is always someone in place to take the blame if our decisions backfire. Unlocks contract laws and gives us minus 0.02 monthly tyranny, taking us above 0.2 monthly tyranny now, so that's pretty good. Or minus 0.2 monthly tyranny. More control and diplomatic range. I think this is a no-brainer. Let's go for it. Alright, and we'll pretty soon are going to be able to get ceded acclamation as well. Also, loyalty of governors, 5% is pretty strong. Yeah, some of this stuff is quite good. More loyalty of characters. Some corruption stuff over here as well, so that's not terrible to reach down to as well. Ooh, yeah. And also the some research bonuses down here too. And Adventist down here. Yeah, some good stuff down here. Okay. What am I looking for here? Hold on. Oh, I think we're good. Keep rooting. Alright, so from Terrible to Rauda, from Rauda to Machna, from Rauda to Terrible. So this little road here, I guess because technically I've been raising my army largely in Nothlil. That's been my standard place to raise the Kadesh levy. So now, raising them in Nothlil, they can go through the mountain valley, because from Nothlil... Actually, I guess this route is still faster than this route. I guess it doesn't hurt to have this part roaded as well, just to be safe, in case there's some reason I need to do this particular move here. But you know what, let me road this part here, that'll speed this up too. Totally didn't think about that. Let me connect these two spots together. So let me force march my way down here. That might change the way that's calculated. Alright, the stability is creeping back up. Things don't look too bad. This place seems to weirdly have a lot of problems still. Again? What? Really? Oh my gosh. I mean, I guess third time's the charm, right? Let's see if we can get this guy. If he doesn't do it on this third chance, I might give up. Although I guess there's not really a lot of opportunity cost, because I have a lot of money on my king, so I can just keep doing it basically perpetually. So that's kind of funny. But you know what I was going to do? I just remembered. I have a new law access. Contract law. So we, at the minute, have no contract law. Alright, public notaries would reduce everyone's wages by 20% and also reduce everyone's loyalty by 5. Or, governor wages reduced by 15 and loyalty of governor minus 10. This one's absolutely off the table. This one might be on the table. Can we maintain public notaries? This would save us a lot of money. A lot of our money is going into wages right now. Even without increased wages, it's still 18 gold. We're paying more for wages than we're paying for forts. Sheesh. Yeah, and how's my king's corruption doing, by the way? Down to 15. That's pretty good. Yeah, it continues to decline. This guy has a bunch of corruption. He has nefarious tendencies, of course. Everyone has nefarious tendencies. It's the family tradition, it seems. Also, no kids yet for either of them. Alright. The other thing, though, is I don't really want to change the law and spend 15 stability right now. So we may go for this eventually, but I don't think at the minute it's really called for. Also, again, King of Kings we'll go for eventually, but I don't think we need to spend 15 stability on this right this second. We'll have a more stable period in our future where we can attend to that, but for now, we're going to keep waiting. Everyone likes gold. More of my sack money. Enjoy it. That guy was supposed to be my protege as well. A feast for Adonabal, my governor of Canaan, rather. The residents of Yabad are holding a celebration in honor of their much-loved governor, Adonabal or Mitba, renowned for his beneficence, tolerance, and common sense. It is nice to see our approved candidates validated in such a way. This would probably be okay. Yeah, I'm not going to lose 10 loyalty on him for 10 gold. Are you kidding me? On with the celebrations. Fine by me. When would I ever want to do that? Like, that option seemed, like, really weak. Alright, so now from up here... Now we do actually go south through this route, so that makes this route a bit more sensible. So I'm glad I noticed that. I could also, I guess, connect Kumadu to Kun. Let's see, from down here... Yeah, it goes over here as well. So let me do that connection as well. In fact, I'm going to force march over one tile. This is now a several-day trip over the river. It's going to be even faster soon. Road over to Kun, and we'll have the triplex of roads set up here. Alright. Yep, tyranny loss is looking pretty solid. Gladiator. Yep, more PI. That's fine. Once this road's done, then I think we'll get the, Actually, I don't think we need to wait for the road. Let's just get it going now. Let's raise the levy up here at, Nalil. Alright. You come on down. Actually, you can force march your way down now. They may have some attrition from being very heavy on force march. Actually, no, they don't. it may not be calculating yet. I'm not sure. Let's force march down. Our truce with Jaffa will be done by the end of the year. Think about this. And the target will be, irritatingly, it's going to be Dibon as the target, which is currently held by Batir, so I can't get my war target very easily. I don't know why Jaffa hasn't... Oh my gosh, Jaffa's fighting Kemet. Okay. Kemet's trying to take Elat. This is the thing I was concerned about before. Okay, well this makes things a bit more interesting. This was exactly what I thought would happen, and it's happening now. Again, we don't need to necessarily panic. We can later just take back stuff from Kemet, so it's not the end of the universe. We now have an idea for how we can fight Kemet later on, but I don't like that Kemet is entering into my regions. It's not really my region yet, but what they should expect to be my regions. How dare they? Alright, so I think either way, let's just assume that we're not going to be able to get Dibon and have everyone gather down in this area. Let's have people gather at Samaria. We'll raise over here at Zaizun. Force march away over to Samaria. Then over here, I guess we'll raise at Samaria, the little force that's here. And then we'll raise at Akko. These guys will come help out too. And then out of all my governors, do we have a High Marshal guy in effect? Yeah, Chelbase is 7 Marshal. That's probably enough. Would be safer to hire a mercenary force to come with us just for more Marshal. Then we'd have to wait probably a year for the force to get to full morale. Also, there's not really any really good candidates around here. Actually, this guy 13. We could certainly afford it. I think Jaffa's not going to make an appearance in this war either, like they didn't in the previous war. They're still fighting Batir, so clearly they're not, like, in shape to respond to us, so I think we're fine. Also, let's force march away down here if we can, please. Perfect. Alright. Looks good. Finish the road just in time for these guys. Alright, where do I want to road to next? Could just more roading up in the north. I don't think we need to do that quite yet. Let's think about this. I guess let me actually come north and get ready to road to Ugarit. Since I have my forces raised anyways, I may as well keep these guys up for roading purposes. Let's force march away over to Darat. Also, I think I'm going to make Darat a city now. Yeah. And who lives up here? I think my colonial ventures ended, and I didn't act on that. Yeah, colonial ventures I think ended earlier in the episode. We found a colony up at Darat. This is the Biblosians live over here. Biblosian colony? Assume they're down here somewhere. There's got to be an easier way to find people in this list. Darat, okay, that's the right spot. Let's set this up here. Yep. Alright, this is for the best. Good stuff. Alright, perfect. Okay. And then, once Ugarit integrates, we will, get roading. Yeah, our AE is about to hit 0, so now's a good chance to go to war. I'm not going to do this game. You keep asking me, I'm not going to do it. He's probably going to decline my friendship request once again, because I didn't do that. Watch, it's going to happen. This is the new fort role in this campaign, is the friendship request with that guy. Just does not happen. Won't do it. So I'm gonna, I might keep my forts not paid for. I think we can get away with this. That being said, well, if I can guess what's going on, I think both Batir and Jaffa are so damaged by this long war that they aren't able to siege either of their forts. Because, at least on Jaffa's case, Nabo is a level 2 fort, so it's very likely that Batir literally doesn't have the numbers in total to siege Nabo. And as for why Jaffa is not winning the siege over here, I don't really know why, because Jaffa surely has enough, but maybe they took too much attrition damage, or there's some other explanation. Yeah, Batir, we can actually see here Batir is under siege, so we can sort of cheat and see from the food modifier that Batir is under siege by Jaffa right here, even though we can't see it. So there's something going on at Batir, but there's, for some reason, like, Jaffa's been sieging Batir for years. Of course. Alright, fine. Fine, you win. I'm just gonna bribe you. Especially as we're about to go into a big war. 46 is danger zone, so... 1 corruption, that's okay. That guy gains 5 corruption as well. It's better than free hands, so... Civic advance as well. Also integration of Ugarit, so let's take a look at this. Our client Ugarit has long upheld Canaanite ideals in a fair and even-handed manner. It is a matter of course, therefore, that their eventual integration into our state is to be a cause for jubilation. The Ugaritian elite have been instrumental in facilitating this union, and many are hoping to find a place within our government. I would let you in, but you're not Dammâseq, so that is a problem for me. I am, in fact, a big racist. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get popularity with everybody for being a bit xenophobic here. Just like real life. Hey. Okay, so the Canaan name is expanded even further. Look at that. Alright, so we have a lot of new territory to look at here. First things first, though, another invention. We can get seated acclamation now. Maybe loyalty of governors +5 wouldn't be the worst thing to get right now, but we don't have any current governor disloyalty problems, so we should be okay. Minus 0.01 more tyranny would be handy, though. Maybe an old trick, but seating the crowd with paid supporters is a surefire way to stir up support in some of our less popular decisions. Alright, perfect. We also get closer to some really strong stuff down here. Okay, Ugarit. We need a governor for Ugarit. And do we have anybody who doesn't suck? You are very good. Ooh, you are very good. Ipterdagon, that's an auspicious name. Ipterdagon or Mitba as well. He's got a very cool leopard hide. I haven't seen this outfit before yet. This is new. He's also just for civ change. Liking the look of this guy. No bad loyalty traits, no bad corruption. He's also got righteous. Oh my gosh, this really is Ipterdagon come again. Alright, Ipterdagon, on the basis of having high finesse and not being corrupt, I'm making you the governor even though you're a youngster at 16. We have a lot of young governors these days, but hey, that's good. Younger characters we can sort of groom for succession. Or not for succession, but, you know, groom for command is what they say. Only 3 marshal is fine. The high finesse will be great, because these guys are a different culture group. They're still Canaanite, but they're different culture groups. We need to be aware of that. This is going to have some loyalty problems. Not as much as if we'd conquered them, but it will have some loyalty problems. Alright. Okay, so let's take a look before this war begins down here, and look at our new holdings. So first of all, we've got the Sagada province. We have Deep Forest up here. Okay, this is interesting. This is a new terrain type. Oh my gosh, the movement cost is 90%. Yeah, so we're not going to be building any cities or whatnot in the Deep Forest. This fort here, I think, can go. Actually, this fort here kind of technically is in an interesting spot, but the circumstance where somebody goes to siege down Harissa is 0 circumstances. Like, why would the AI ever just not walk away when behind Harissa is just mountains? So there's no reason on Earth, even though this is a really good fortified spot, it's a fortified spot the AI will never go to. I mean, maybe they will. Like, the AI sometimes just goes to forts for the sake of it, but I don't think this place needs to be fortified. That being said, this is a place I'd consider fortifying because it has kind of interesting fort coverage with the coastline. So I guess I'll keep the fort here. I guess I could have a logging camp, but I'll keep the fort because it's here already. But aside from that, building-wise, we'll destroy the farming settlements. Alright, and then we've got 2 cities here, Ardata and Batruna. Batruna's probably too close to Darat to stay our city in the area. I think I'd rather have Amiya be our city. That has fort coverage. Actually, it's also still a bit close with Darat. Ardata is actually maybe the better spot. It already is a city too, which is a good starting point. It's cheaper. It has the gross barbarian city tile appearance, but that's not the end of the universe. We can live with that. We have here cloth. Let me think about this. So from here, road along the coast. And then let me look at the next area. So over here in Halpa, also this place here, I am definitely switching onto. Think about this. I think harsh treatment is going to be called for over here. Okay, over here in Halpa, Irkata is probably going to have to be the location. This is, we may actually do another Twin Cities thing, kind of like what we did further south. Because over here on the river is just such a better spot. Let's plan for Irkata being the city. Also, they don't have a, let me build a fort over here. That would probably be good. Actually, I may not want to do that right this second, because I may need to save my money, but let's at least destroy some of these other forts here. I'll keep the garrison for now, but this fort I'll destroy. And then, let me think about this. So from Irkata, so Ardata is the right distance from Irkata, so I think I will have Ardata be the capital. Alright. And then over here, I'll I'll get extra copies of resources, that's fine. And then here, we have a port here. That's fine, I want a fort though. We'll build a fort later. And then we'll have Irkata be the city here. In this place, I will switch. Let me think about this. 0.17. I'll put it on cultural assimilation, but I'll keep an eye on this place. I may switch it over later if needs be. Farming settlement for copper? What? Okay, we're gonna build a mine there. And then, okay, so up here, I think that Sumura is also a huge city, though. That's another thing to consider. I think Arita over the river, or by the river, rather, is the better spot, though. So I think what I'll do is I'll move the capital down here, do another Twin Cities thing, and yeah, that's fine. We'll keep this for the unrest bonus. This place needs to go onto harsh treatment 1000% for sure. Let's see. What is the building here? There isn't a. We have another mysterious no building allowed situation. I don't know what the deal is with that. Also over here too. Where is my building? There is no building here. Okay, whatever. A foundry up here. Get out of here. This is a city? I guess technically. Okay. Harbor, that can go. That can go. And that can go. Okay. Yeah, I think this is the approach. And then we might eventually build a city at Marque, but not right away. Here, I think Suxi would be our location. So then also, yeah. So over here, should I check all these I did? Over here, any settlement buildings? No, not really. Okay, so that can go, and yeah, this already has a palace as well, which is quite good. Beta is okay. Definitely want it to be at PD or at Latakia. Ugarit's not on the actual river, so I don't really want to keep it at Ugarit. I think if we do it at PD, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We put a fort at Sharkia that protects that middle part there. So I think because PD is also already a city, which makes it a little bit easier. I think we have PD be our city up here. Yeah, because that's the right distance away, and then also, yeah, I think that's the way we approach that. So over here, so PD, Then I think as Soda, we make our city over here. 2, 1, 2. Yeah. So we can go ahead, destroy the harbor. We'll keep the palace. Actually, no, we won't be able to keep the palace once we move the capital. And then down here, yeah, we'll destroy the palace because we have to move it. It's the capital thing. Yeah, as Soda will be our capital down here. Alright. And we'll keep the building that gives us more unrest, or reduces unrest, rather. It doesn't give us more unrest. Harsh treatment temporarily. Right up here at Ugarit. These guys are furious. Harsh treatment. You think with integration they would be a bit less mad, but nope. Still mad. Alright, up here, this province is not very good. It's mostly just forest and hills and whatnot. I mean, honestly, of these options here, I think hills is the least bad for a city. I could just have it be a fort at Kinsaba and not bother to have a city around here. I mean, there's cities I'll have to get rid of later, but let's see. Kinsaba is the right distance from Pidi, which is quite nice. Let's move the capital to Kinsaba. And I think I might actually build the fort at Kinsaba just because this is technically one of my frontiers now, so I will spend the money now to build a fort up here. I'll also destroy the fort at Kesab. Save some money. Just generally, I'm going to also destroy some other buildings to save money. Destroy all that. Alright, any other cities? Here's another city. Alright, I think that's everything. Yeah, I think we found everything. Just check all these locations. Mine for base metals. Alright. Farming settlement for stone. Another stone garden fan up here. Alright, this looks fine. Okay. Looks good. And then in terms of the road plan, so what we're going to do is, first of all, road our way like this along the coast. Roading to Harissa, I'll come back to that later. And then from here, obviously we road to Irkata, road north, and then road, yeah, it just goes along the coast. Oh, hold on. Make sure I'm... Yeah, okay, good. And then from here, continue roading north to Pidi, that is along the same coastline. And then from Pidi, road to Kinsaba. Perfect, there we go. That's our road network right there for Ugarit. Okay. 368 Ugaritans, or Ugarit populace, I should say. So yeah, this is our second smallest after Canaan, even though it's a full region. This is not the most... I mean, it's a weird, kind of long, snaky region, so... Yeah, whatever the case. Is this really the whole region? It is just 5 provinces, yeah, wow. Also, this place here, I did not attend to. Oh, I don't have any more PI. Alright, we'll wait 1 month as our forces continue to arrive, and then we'll change the policy up there. And sell stuff to people. Oh my gosh. More people will buy more stuff. Good. Oh my gosh. Alright, and now we can go up here. This place definitely needs to go into harsh treatment. Yeah, having our stability go up will really be important for that. Getting more land from Jaffa won't help with our stability much because of the AE, but it will be okay. I think we have everybody here now. Yeah. So now let's go ahead and switch these guys off of Force March. Okay, so how do we want to go about this? I think we want to sack as much as we can. So we want to, again, plan out a attack plan that gives us maximum sacking potential using our king's army. So the first levy of Hermann, let's see here. Let's split you, I think, let's see here. We can probably split this into, like, more multiples, but yeah, let's split it actually into 4 units. Yeah. And then, I think, so, let's see. 1, one go there and then go to Jaffa. Another goes straight to Gezer. One goes to Silo, and then to Yerushalayim. Then I guess we could have one over here to work on Naboa. Actually, you know what? Dibon is no longer been under occupation, so we should have a force zoom over to Dibon. Let's have the 4th levy head over here to this area. Yeah, we'll see if we can grab Dibon. If we can get the war goal, that will help us out a lot war score-wise. And to support this force, because there may be Jothans over there, let's send over actually all the other groups. Not you. No, not you either. First Levy of Kadesh, Levy of Canaan, Levy of Phoenicia. All of you force march over here to support the 4th levy of Hermann. And then my other 3 levies of Hermann should be enough for the western side of the front. I think that's everybody. Yes. Okay. Looking good. Alright, and then our truce with these guys expires 29th of November, 895. Okay. Oh, more of this. Yep. Spices grow rare. The flavors that our people have grown accustomed to tasting are becoming rarer and rarer these days, much to the chagrin of Abdestart the First Abrid, whose breath is usually scented with the spices of distant kingdoms. As cardamom, pods, and black pepper begins to disappear from the markets, everyone is crying out for Canaan to do something, anything to restock the supplies. Okay, so we could either get this big commerce boost, but citizen and noble happiness reduction for 10 years. This is not worth it, in my opinion. The commerce income is not going to be worth the stability problems from having that kind of modifier. I think we'll just spend 600 gold, to be honest. I think we've done that before as well when we got that event. So, dodge that bullet if we can. Alright. We're so fast now on the road. Holy crap. These guys don't even have any attrition when they're all together. Let me actually get these guys set up for their maneuvers. So the first levy will come down to Manasseh. We'll just force march the whole time. The second levy will be going for Silo. And then the third levy will be heading for Yerushalayim, probably from Jericho, to be honest. And then we'll wait for those guys to arrive before we go to war. Alright. Actually, before we do that, these guys come down to Hezbon. Yeah. Anyone wants my cedar? Yep. Alright, now you guys can all stop and force march. And I won't necessarily link them together, I'll just move them as a group, sort of informally, if that makes sense. If these guys won't arrive for a while. We'll go to war, actually, now that our truce is done. Yeah. Oh yeah, Kemet's, like, really doing a lot of work down here. Okay. Let me wait for the monthly tick, and then let's go to war. Alright, so we're going to be taking Dibon. Tunip joins us. Obviously, Ugarit doesn't join us because Ugarit no longer exists, but Tunip will still join. Thanks a bunch, Tunip. Appreciate that. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, the Canaanite regional power of Jaffa rallies together with themselves for this war, but we're going to have to see what happens with this next time on the Dammâseq Campaign. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.